What is up, fellas? Welcome to the stream. It's been a while. I've made some changes, hopefully to improve visuals. And I'm just testing things out, so if something doesn't work, please let me know. I've been adjusting the resolution to my widescreen monitor because it saves me a lot of trouble. I constantly have to change the resolution to match the stream output, so it's still 720p, but just a little wider. So hopefully it looks okay visually. But I did check out some things, and it appears to be running correctly, even on YouTube. Strange as that may sound. But you know, I think it has a little bit of black bars at the top and bottom. But I think it's okay. We'll just see, we can always revert. Should be a huge issue. Okay, so what have we been doing? Actually, I did some programming or scripting for the final drill area. And let's see. I thought I'd make use of my my green screen again. It's been sitting here gathering dust, so because actually I've been wanting to, do a little more streaming, play some games as well, and I feel like this is the best way to actually, make sure that you see the most of the screen. I can easily adjust myself. So you can actually see the UI, HUD, and whatever. So I went for an exit switch here. This is actually something I changed. I cleaned up a little bit of things that get in the way, like this here. There was another pile. I kind of wanted to visually represent. Hold on just a second. Right, so I'm gonna stream for 1 hour because it's actually already late. I still have to eat, so but chances are likely I will be returning later this afternoon to complete the rest of the 2 hours. This is just basically like a small test. So what I did was actually change kind of the way this works. You still have to complete the level, but instead of what was first trying to do was actually, I wanted to create a different a key or a 3D model or a battery that you could grab by the end of each level, and you had to insert it here, and then you could power the drill. But I just chose to actually keep it simple and just change these lights, so you can actually see that it's powered on. I would probably have to remove this color. Oh wait, I can actually keep this, but just change this one. So there we go, that's better. That gives it, actually communicates it a little better that it's powered off. So I'm gonna show you. I think I have to program it in the other levels as well. But I'm gonna show you how this actually works. It's pretty easy. Once you complete a level, it automatically updates the hub map. And you can actually immediately see the results if you visit this area. Oh god. Oh. So these are obviously turned off, but I made a script. Oh, here we go. So what I actually did, let's see, laser drill switch. So as you can see, this is basically the same idea. You have these result values, and I'm starting to glitch out, I think. Let's see. That is the downside. It's actually the green screen stuff. I have to fine tune it. Yeah, as you can see, I'm a little too close to the lights, I think. It's the light of the screen. It's a delicate balance. You know, a couple of years ago when I actually first started to do the green screen thing, I actually had it perfectly set up, I think. It's just, you know, it's going to require some fine tuning. Well, that's something I have to actually, like I said, I didn't really test this. I did actually, but it didn't take my my monitor into account, which emits light as well. Something, you know, I have to keep in mind, but we'll get there. The only thing I have to keep in mind is that I cannot wear green. So, okay, back to the scripting part. So I just made the switch and it checks for the connections. So there's actually the exit switch. Let's actually try. So basically, there we go. So it just checks for like how many connections are there, and as you can see, this is all switched off. But they will be switched on as soon as you know what I was thinking of changing it to a green color, but because the drill is going to be like a red laser, probably would make more sense to just have it switched off and change it to red. What I'm gonna normally, if I actually finish a level, we need to test it. Here we go. So, as you can see, the script here. I actually added these scripts in. So whenever you complete each level, it checks this and it adds, like it decreases the number of switches you still need to press, and it activates like one of these, let's say, pipes. You know, which is actually easy. Instead of me, like, it avoids me having to actually build like a battery. 3D models is something I'm gonna do in the sequel. I'm gonna use a different engine as well, GZdoom, which is very, when it comes to lighting, is very, very promising. So that's definitely something I kind of want to, you know, dive into. So I'm gonna keep the 3D modeling because it wouldn't make sense to have it only like in this episode. I kind of want to use for decoration as well, like having these pipes and, you know, cables and stuff just lying on the floor. I think 3D models can do, like, make a huge difference there. So that's something for later. So for now we're just gonna keep it simple, you know, just change the textures and the colors, and that should, you know, give you enough visual cues to know what's going on. So what I'm gonna do now is actually open a map where I think I scripted it in already. I haven't tested it yet. So this is the third map, which actually should have an end script. And the final arena. So here we go. This is actually the script in the first map in the hub area, actually. So that means if I actually let's play it out. So we're gonna just do a little battle and see if it actually works. Let's just play it out. I still need to add sounds, like for all these pulley objects turning, twisting. And of course, the custom soundtrack has to be implemented as well. I was thinking maybe I should add arch files to the mix. Here. It will definitely add a little more difficulty because I feel like this arena can be easy. Maybe an arch file, like, you know, it can even resurrect, so there's you don't have to kill all monsters, it just counts. Like if 20 monsters are actually spawned here or created, then you could enter the teleporter, which I think works well enough, especially if I introduce arch files, because it would mess up my count if the monsters are resurrected. So, and you can actually, like I said before, you can actually finish this last arena without firing a single shot if you want. There's plenty of environmental hazards to go around, as you can see. You can even lure them. Well, it's not I'm on God mode now, of course, but you can do it like this. You know, you can actually cause some serious damage. Oh, we're already there, I see. Okay. Okay, so now we're back in... Yeah, and this works as intended. The monsters activate. Very nice. So now if we proceed... Oh. If we proceed to the drill area... there we go. We got one of them activated. And I see... I forgot to add these lines to the side, but it works. And now it should give connections to... Yes, perfect. Okay, so that script works. So that's absolutely great. Good enough. We can maybe add a light, a dynamic light that we can activate. We're really close. You know, if this is functioning, I have to still develop the last area. But we're very close to release. So I also finished my exams I had to do. I talked about it during the previous stream, which was a while ago. But it's all, you know, it's all behind us. And I can, you know, get back to focusing on my projects again. So that's great. Jesus Christ. Tag, okay, so I have to tag this 8 as well. And let's add a dynamic light here, which actually is great because we can actually activate and deactivate them at will. I think one of these should do the trick. So it kind of enforces that, like it draws your attention. Should be a little. Let's say it's not an attenuated light. That's weird. Oh, I definitely was expecting that. That might be too much, but although it kind of goes to the back here as well, which is actually good. Okay, let's. I think it looks better in game anyway. So we're gonna. Oh God. Now we go with the thing numbers again. So normally, if we put a torment flag on there, and then we should just do thing activate. Let's see. Complete it. thing activated. 8. What the hell is that? Wait a minute. I could just use the same number, that's true. I could just activate. Because it activates the monsters when you restart the map, but actually I can just use the same thing number. That's perfect. Yeah, okay, that's all good. So what I need to do is actually use this in all the other maps. So I have to go back and almost ready to test. Now what I need to do is actually find a good animation or like thing, decorative element for the laser drill, and I think there was this map pack by Tormentor which kind of uses like a giant laser, but I'm not really sure if you can adjust the scale, but it looked pretty awesome. It was one of the, was it a community project? I can't really remember. Can't remember. Well, we'll have to look for it. But it looked pretty cool. Though I think it was an orange light, but we can actually, I think we can adjust the lighting or the color of each object, each sprite in editor, I think. So that probably won't be a problem, probably. So this is basically this line. We just need to adjust it and put it in each of the maps. That is nothing. Okay, let's go into the script and find spawn portal. We can actually put it here. That's all we need to do. And then, you know, I think so at least. Yeah, because you have to define the map. And then, you know, it gets updated into the hub map, which I feel like, you know, I really like the hub area design, like the principle. It's fun. For the sequel, I'm probably gonna make like a huge base, and then you can actually go to 9 maps in which order you choose. Well, I did one more thing, but let me first wrap this up. Let's go to episode 2 map 1. And here we have to do the same. Exit run. Yeah. Okay, so we put it here as well. Map 1 completed. And that should be it. Script 16, huh? Ah. Actually, this actually works better. It's easier instead of naming the script, I think. It's an older method of doing scripting. You just gave it a number instead of a name, which sound like maybe would be more abstract, but you can actually just, if you put them chronologically, I think it's easier to actually find them. Okay, so this is script 16. So actually what I need to do is just, we're gonna test it real quick. This is actually should be an easy run. So if I press this switch right here, actually I need to, what is that noise? Of course, this shouldn't, like, the key shouldn't be there anymore, obviously. And what is probably, did I change it already? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, so. As you can see, it completely messes up the scripting. There we go. Okay. So we're back. And of course, there we go. Ah, that's the same sound. So we need to go back to... Oh, where was it again? Jesus. It's one of these instances I get lost on my own map again. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I need to do the same thing, of course. But it works, as you can see. So it works in each map, so that's the only line I had to change, which is great. So I'm gonna save this map and go back to the hub area. Make some changes. 8, 6. Okay. I'm gonna show you what I actually did here, because I was actually thinking about, like, how to solve that issue. If you play the maps in a order in which you prefer, I don't want you to keep the weapons. Hey, what is up, buddy? Welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay. I was thinking about... I kind of forgot what I was saying. I forgot. Oh well. Probably wasn't a huge thing. Let's see. Oh yeah, I do remember. So I'm gonna show you in a minute. Attack 8. That will probably 6. And that will be 7. There we go. Okay. Now the only thing I have to do is, what if all 3 conditions are met? Then of course we need to activate the drill. So here is actually a part of the script. So I kind of did like the basic, so you know that the drill is activated, and then probably gonna do like an earthquake, and then activate the actual drill. And what I need to do is actually make this like a 3D floor, which has to be removed. Because, you know, the drill has to kind of melt the flesh. And then you can drop down to the final arena. And that's basically it for episode 2. We're pretty much finished. So I'm mildly positive that we'll be releasing episode 2 this year. And if not, it's gonna be very early next year. But I'm gonna do my best. And you know, after that, I'm gonna kind of completely ignore episode 1 in this update. I just want to put episode 2 out there so you can actually play and test it. And then, you know, in that time, kind of rework episode 1 a little bit. And then I'm gonna start on episode 3. So, what I basically did, let's actually first enter into level. This has to be enter. Why is this there? Oh wait, of course, said yes, okay. However, I could have sworn I... Return. I see. So I kind of I took inventory, but I'm gonna take everything except the pistol. And there is a weapon generator, so you can actually, if you want to explore the hub area, you can do so. You know, you can have like a weapon selection. I'll show you in a minute. It's something I kind of did to counter, you know, that you return to this hub area and you have no weapons, and you kind of picked up everything. Like if you explore the whole map without going into a level, there's nothing to be found. To counter that, I kind of made like a weapon generator, you know, and it doesn't matter because you don't get to keep the weapons anyway if you enter a new level. It's just that to give you some tools to actually, you know, navigate this hub area, which is of course not the main huge action part of the level or of the episode. However, if you return, this should be enter, of course. However, I could actually just have one script instead of return. And just, you know, it's normal if I take inventory here as well. If I do that from the beginning, because you already start with the pistol, so it doesn't really matter. So I could just put it into one script. So let me show you the proper way how you enter this level. There we go. So that's how you enter. You got a... so this is the weapon generator. As you can see. It's a random weapon. I did not include the BFG. Maybe... probably gonna... maybe the rocket launcher. Probably gonna remove the plasma rifle as well. But yo, as you can see, it gives you enough ammo. You can actually proceed. Should there be nothing left for you to find here? So as you can see, it's already going down here. But you know, you can always find weapons here as well. But just in case, like if you go all the way there and you somehow decide to return, it's not an easy enemy. There we go. So this is kind of a little bit of platforming, and I suck. Oh, and I just landed. Hey Joseph, what is up, man? Oh, glad you like it. But you know, so it's, I think the levels are should be playable from start to finish, all of them. And this is basically this is a tricky one actually. What I actually did was make this ice a little bit slippery. But I think it might be an option to actually... Okay, well it should be easy enough. Now we go. Oh shit. This is gonna be... I hope it doesn't really agitate players too much. Otherwise, I might have to rework it a little bit. What I can do here is actually create like a solid rock, so you can make a proper jump. Not really sure yet how to. We'll see. We'll see what comes out of the testing. I'm gonna have to test this intensively myself, you know, before I actually release it to a smaller audience. So we'll see if it's too frustrating. You know, I can just make some changes, even extend it a little bit so the jump is easier. The jump from this to there, I can always like slow them down a little bit, but you have to kind of time it because this moves up and down as well. But no, it shouldn't be too easy. So I think I kind of want to see, because I haven't I haven't checked the effect. I couldn't find it. I did check it. Where to find that kind of laser effect? Flame tramp's also nice. These blood tackles, man, there's so much stuff to explore. and I'm not really sure like how much I should use of it, but because I don't want to like put it chock full. You know, you can keep adding things, but at some point you just have to stop and just go with what, you know, it should be enough. I did add footsteps, like ammo. You do have ammo decals, like cast shells and stuff. But that is something I kind of want to implement in the future, like in the sequel, because it's going to rely more on, like, I kind of want to put an emphasis on sound there, and I think that would be a nice addition. I'm not really sure, like, let's see if I can find it. Sapphire, there is a community map. Projects. Stronghold, maybe? Stronghold is pretty good. Has a lot of, I think, could it be this effect, maybe? Well, it's not really the one that I wanted, but it kind of... Not Stronghold. I think there was a austerity. I kind of like these lights as well. That kind of like lighting fog you see there. Pretty cool. I like the visual style of this one actually. Using a lot of, I think it's almost all basic textures. Very nice. Torment and torture. I can't see enough from the screenshots. Is it? Okay. No. Damn it. Let's see. Sapphire. Oh man, this is gonna be maybe a community project. Demonic Uprising, still there. Z-Pack. Oh man, do I have to play? Well, we can always, you know, on our quest to find it, we can always play these. Don't think this one is part, no. I thought it was the Stronghold, but I'm not really sure. I think he updated the screenshots because I can't find it anymore. You even see GZdoom. No, that was produced later, I think. Blade of Agony is the Wolfenstein. I played it. It was really, really good. Really good. Demonic Uprising is not the one that I know. This one looks pretty great as well. But also no, I think the screenshot is no longer available. Refinery? No. Then my best bet would be Stronghold or Torment and Torch, because that is like a series. I don't think damn it. I'm kind of doubting between this one and Torment and Torture and, I mean, Stronghold and Community Project. This is very, very early work. This is bad. Now you can actually go to different planets. It does kind of look, yeah. Is there a separate website? Oh, there is. Maybe I can find it here. That's not saying much. You gotta be kidding me. No screenshots. No. Do I know a streamer named Cyber? No, it doesn't immediately ring a bell, no. Is he level designer as well? Cinder Thief. It kind of vaguely rings a bell. We could probably check this one out as well. Sound Factory. Kind of need some sounds for certain doors and stuff. Weather generators. That's pretty cool. The ash spawner. Rain. That's pretty awesome. Snow. Actually, they use it in HPAC. Pretty awesome. And you could do like a cool effect with these rings as well. Salt of the Earth. Oh. I do remember that name, Salt of the Earth. I think I did see it somewhere. I think on X, I think it passing by. It does that does ring a bell. Let me check it out real quick. Did I ever work on a megawatt? Well, I did work on HVAC. But it's still in the works. But megawatts, you know, they're... Actually, I always wanted to build a megawatt, like, but just for like, maybe not vanilla Doom, but you know, kind of like not too detailed maps. I think if I would spend the time just building like simple maps instead of these maps for Annie, I would probably have built a megawatt by now. Well, it might be fun someday. Like do like a challenge, like make a level each week and complete from start to finish, like a speed mapping, just 1 week for one level. And then you have like 32 weeks. Like in every 3 hours time, I have to build a level. Like one stream. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it would be interesting in the future to do something like that. These laser beams might be something I can use. If you can actually adjust like the size or maybe add multiple. How long would it take? Well, that kind of depends. It would take a long time. I mean, 32 levels. It's pretty, it's a lot, you know. But if you're like, you're gonna build like 32, what is the size you want to build them? Like 32 large maps would obviously take a lot longer than 32 small maps. So it's kind of really depends on, you know, the scope you have in mind. Are you gonna build 32 like super detailed maps? That would take considerably longer. So there's not really, you can't really put a time on it. This one, smoke spawner. It should be cool if you kind of like deactivate the drill, like it's still burning hot. Or you could add like this laser beam and these rings, the red rings around it, to create like this combined effect. I don't know. There are a lot of options. But there was one effect but I don't think it's here. Elemental effects. This is where I got my Terminator portal. This team is also pretty cool. Like this thunder thing. Also pretty nice, but it's not there. Too bad. There are great effects, but it's not here. Not what I want. More, maybe. Are there any screenshots here? I think it's pretty cool that this website is still running after all, because it's been there for a long time. It's still active. 3 weeks. Oh, it's submission rules, damn it. That is too bad. I don't know. Well, since this is one of the last things I have to do. I'll probably just get it over with and actually just do it. So I have to start searching for oh god. Okay, I found. He removed it. Please. Ah, it's there. Perfect. Because it's okay. Let's check the files. Maybe I can just go over them. Sprites. Oh god, they're all PNGs, of course. Okay, but not too many, so this is probably not sprites. Items, SFX, beams. Wow, okay, cool. That is sky beams. This will probably smoke. It probably will require like a decorate function. Oh, that's a training session. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah. Not really sure. Actors. Hello, no. Let's see. Water sky beams. Green beam. Red beam. Red beam thunder generator. Could that be it? There's only one way to find out. I'd have to check out Stronghold. Okay. Well, we only got 4 minutes left now for this testing phase. So I'm gonna do that later this afternoon. Let's see, actually see if I can set it up real quick. We do need to check out all the maps to see if that effect is actually right there. Oh, can we actually do it? I need to see how it looks. Because it's graphics. Oh, let's see. I think it was a sky beam. Green beam projectile. TNT1. Red beam. TNT1. TNT1. Textures. Sky beams, well, it has to be here. No? Power core. Oh, wait a minute. That's actually pretty cool as well, power core. Something that would be, I think, yeah. Maybe it's here. Oh, monster, sky beams, special effects. Hmm. Sky. This one could be something like smoke. Smoke, spark. I think we're pretty close. I haven't seen these things. Splashes, no. It's kind of weird, there's nothing more than this. Should probably buy WinRAR at some point. Everybody does it. Seems to do it nowadays. It's like trending to buy WinRAR. There are actually some good effects here. I just don't know. I just don't know if I like where to find it. If it's in here. It's been years since I saw it. I should have probably get it back then, but there's nothing here. Oh, that is a lot of info. Special effects. Now what I probably want to do is actually, if I want to make sure if it's here, instead of just searching the raw data, well, not really raw, but you know, searching the zip file, I'd probably be better off just checking out the maps and see if the effects are there, and just dig into that more specifically. Would be probably be a little easier. Okay, well, I'll make sure it's up and running, and I'll see you well, maybe in half an hour, I'm not really sure. We'll see. But I'll be back online soon, so we can actually start looking for the correct special effects, and I promise you, if I find